Hi, I'm Joseph, co-founder of the Abundant Culture Fund, and today we're going to analyze an investment opportunity that has the ability to help you grow your retirement income faster than you ever thought possible and with a lot less risk as well. Now, a lot of people do not know that they can use small business acquisitions as a retirement vehicle, and I believe it's the best retirement vehicle out there because it generates way more income than most other traditional retirement assets, such as what you'll see later on in this video. But also, if you have the right team in place, it can also have a lot less risk as well. So if you take a look at my screen, you'll see a rare opportunity for sale, and it's a restaurant at a beach. And that's obviously really cool for me because being from the Chicagoland area, we don't have too many restaurants by beaches. So that's really, really nice. And a couple things that stand out to me about this listing is that it has 10 employees, which is a decent number of employees to me. And it has a rent of just 5,484 per month for 2,300 square feet, which is a bit higher per square foot than some places, but at the same time is not bad considering that is on the beach. So that's actually for that area probably not a bad rent for that location. It's open 6 days a week, and in its first year of being open, the restaurant actually grossed $550,000 a year. So I think for a opening for your first year in business, I think that is a very good sales goal to hit because I definitely didn't do that my first year in business. So the fact that they were able to pull that off shows me that this is a really strong business because they were able to drive that much traffic to it that first year. And also it believes that opening, well, the seller believes that opening up for breakfast could boost yearly income, which I definitely agree with because that is the case for a lot of different places. The reason that the owner is selling, it says second larger place. I don't really know what they mean by that. Maybe they have two locations and they want to focus on the more successful location. And if that's the case, if I was buying this or thinking about buying it, I would definitely want to buy both locations. I don't want to have a brand that has two locations and I have the one that makes the least amount of money and I'm competing against the owner on the one that makes the most money. So definitely won't want to do that, but until I find out more information, we'll just look more into it. So let's look into the numbers. The asking price is $350,000. They have a gross revenue of $550,000. It has a zero for a furniture, fixture, and equipment. I know that's probably not the case. They just didn't actually put in what they're actually selling with it. And it has a cash flow of $120,000 a year. The rent, like I said before, is a little bit over $5,000. And it was established in 2018. So it hasn't necessarily been around for a very long time. If I were thinking about buying this particular business, I would definitely want to see how it operated in 2020. It had the chance to maybe do okay if it brought delivery into the picture because it does have seating for 40 outside and seating for 45 inside. So it could have done okay, but we would have to look deeper into the numbers to know for sure. So what would this opportunity look like for my investors if my fund actually bought it? To answer that question, I bring you to the fund return analysis, and this is a spreadsheet slash calculator that I use to evaluate deals on the behalf of my fund to see what it would make for not only my investors but myself. And it gives me a ton of data, and most of that data probably won't matter to you right now. That's why I color coded these three numbers because these are the main three numbers that actually would probably matter to you, especially if you were thinking about investing into our fund. It's the relation between what was invested into the fund versus what the investors would actually be getting out. So just turn your attention to the color coded numbers. Don't worry about all the other ones because you might get confused. I don't know. It depends on if you're a math nerd or not. So The asking price is right here, $350,000. And assuming that we don't grow the business or use any financial leverage in order to buy it, it should continue to cash flow $120,000. Now, something to keep in mind is, one, we almost always use financial leverage. And two, our goal is to always grow the business. So the return would actually most likely be a lot higher than this, but I just wanted to show you what the business looks like at its core today if we bought it today for all cash. So assuming that those things are true, our investors would basically make a 25% return on investment from investing in that particular business for sale. And as a dollar amount, that 25% return would be $90,000 a year, which isn't bad. I definitely seen bigger companies, but you know, when you have a handful of these, maybe 5, 10, 15, 20, it definitely starts to add up a lot over time. So how does this return actually stack up against other returns for other assets that people usually use for retirement? So if you're looking at my screen, you'll see a retirement income comparison calculator. And what I did is I researched the average cash flow or the average income from stocks, bonds, and multifamily real estate, and found that if you don't use financial leverage in order to purchase these assets, and if you don't include the growth, your income would be about 6% per year, meaning that if you invested $100,000 into it, you would get most likely no more than $6,000 out. You wouldn't get any more than $6,000 back for the most part. That means if you invested $500,000 into any of those assets, your retirement income will probably be no more than $30,000 a year. But you can invest the same $500,000 into the Abundant Culture Fund in that specific business and make a 25% return, and that would actually increase your retirement income to $129,000 per year. That's basically a difference of $99,000, meaning that you will make $99,000 more just from moving your funds from whatever they might be invested in now to abundant culture type funds or abundant culture type assets. So I think that's really significant. I mean, a $99,000 increase just by moving your assets from one place to another. Keep in mind, there's only two ways that you can increase your retirement income. You can either invest more into it, or you can increase the return that you're getting from it. And I think it's a lot easier to increase the return that you're getting from it. That would be a 430% increase, and basically you would be making 4.3 times more with the Abundant Culture Fund with that business than you would in just traditional retirement assets. So let's say you had a goal to just retire off of $60,000 per year in retirement income. How much would you have to have invested in order to achieve that retirement goal? Well, with traditional assets, you would need $1 million invested in order to make that $60,000 per year. With Abundant Culture Fund, you would only need to have $232,000 invested in order to get that same $60,000 of income. So you tell me what sounds easier, investing $1 million and getting $60,000 of income off of that $1 million, or investing $230,000 and getting $60,000, that same $60,000 off of just $232,000 invested. So if you actually did make that switch, Abundant Culture would essentially be saving you $767,000 on your road to retirement. So that's $670,000 or $667,000 that you would now no longer have to invest into your retirement in order to reach your retirement goal. That basically means for whatever money you have left over, you can do whatever you want with. It doesn't necessarily have to be invested, which I think the goal should be to reach financial freedom as fast as possible, because why not? It's financial freedom. It gives you the freedom to do whatever you desire to do instead of whatever you actually have to do. So if you want a more in-depth analysis for yourself, you could reach out to us at our website. So that concludes pretty much our analysis for today. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you're somebody who wants to double your retirement income in less time with less investment, less risk, and less fees, reach out to us at abundantculturefund.com. And if you're a small business owner who wants to sell your business so that you can focus on the next phase in your life, also reach out to us at abundantculturefund.com. Thank you for watching and have a great day.